Hey, how's it going, guys? For today's video, we are doing a continuation of our BR run from yesterday. We are currently sitting at 3-0, and we changed the lineup a little bit. We moved Matt Olson up because today he is up on righties, not lefties, so we want to make sure we get him against a common pitcher early on as possible. Followed up by Arenado, then Duke Snyder, De Jong, Encarnacion, Scope, Zunino, and Reyes. In our bullpen, we have Johnny Venters, Archie Bradley, Rodney, Kayla, Fingers, Blyer, and Colome. Pretty much everyone here is usable, but the people we are trying to avoid having to use is Rodney and Blyer. Blyer can be used strictly as a lefty-lefty matchup, and Rodney's going to be like all hands on deck. It's like inning 12, and shit's hit the fan. He's got to come in. One quick little side note, I did move Encarnacion up in the lineup and then De Jong one spot down. Just flip the 4 or 5 batters real quick. So our opponent for today is Davo. He's got Willie Mays, Michael Young, 2 Signature Series cards, really. Stargell, Flores, Vogelbach, Sean Green, Zunino. His lineup's not that great. I don't know why he's got some interesting cards. Zunino hitting that low is interesting, but maybe it works out for him. In the comment section down below, let me know what your feelings are about the patch throughout the game. You're going to hear me talk about it and also give you my ideas from the couple games that I did play today. Understand that these are just preliminary feelings and not necessarily my feelings maybe after a week. One thing I have noticed with how the game is playing after the patch, the timing windows are definitely tweaked, and in the patch notes it talks about that they're tweaking the hitting a little bit in terms of the timing windows, what late may mean and everything. So personally, I have no issues with them tweaking the timing windows. It is something to readjust, and it's almost as if it's a new game because the good timing window may not be as open as the late timing window, and obviously you want to avoid lates as much as possible. Sweet power swing with Arenado right there. Looks like we might have just missed that pitch. We're going to go ahead and 31 speed. We ain't setting him. Nope. Thought we had somebody quicker than that. So here is Duke. He intentionally walks Duke. I'm assuming that means he's probably going to be leaving his common pitcher for another batter. So we keep getting ahead in the count. It's not like he's really wanting to face us, but he's leaving in the common. As we completely miss that pitch. That's solely on me. So starting off Willie Mays with a fastball may not be the best thing to do, but I'm also curious to see if he's going to be able to time up the fastball or if he's going to be naturally early on the off speed. Looks like I still don't know yet. Leaving curveball down the middle could go either way. Because I'm going to have to slide step here. We're going to still try and get him at second. We don't get him. He's safe. But either way, we still get the man out at first. I wanted to see if we were able to get him at second. All right, so I still don't know if he's going to be able to time up the fastball or exactly what. But he was a little late. And yikes. We need to get the strikeout here, trying to avoid any damage. As we hang another curveball down the middle, that is going to score a run as we're absolutely jogging to the ball. Should also move the man over to third because we got a great hustle. We're going to go and throw another sinker inside. Jam him. In our opponent's bullpen, he has Aroldis Chapman waiting for us. I'm going to go ahead and gamble it. We're going to bring in Trey Mancini over Olson. We need the power. We need somebody to get on base. We're not going to fart around with it. Get a low and in changeup, smoke it into the gap. That's only going to be a double, 48 speed. I think he's got Willie Mays in center. We're not going to push it. It's a good way to start off the inning by Trey Linguini. It would appear our opponent is going to leave in Chapman to face Arenado. Wouldn't advise against that. I'm going to take it all day. Thank you very much for leaving him in. Up on lefties, they probably had like 115 pop. That is gone. We now get the lead. 1-2 the count. We need to make sure we continue to score this inning. Feel like he might be able to squeak in another run. So as we looks like we're a tad underneath this, going to be a weak fly to right. He's leaving in Chapman again to face a righty. Let's see if we can make him pay for it. Nope, that's not going to do it, especially with 9 speed. He ain't running that out. All right, Mr. Glitch himself. We're going to be power swinging. We get on top of it. It's not going to get through the hole. Shortstop makes a good play. We're out of the inning, but the good news is we still have Raleigh Fingers in the bullpen. That's Mr. Shutdown right there. 0-2 the count to D. Gordon. He hasn't laid off the inside sliders and cutters. We're going to go right back to it. Get this strikeout. That's 1 down. 2-2 the count. We're going to come right back to the pitch he's been late on all at bat. Late again, definitely inside. It's going to be a routine fly out to second base. Scope is there. That's 2 down. Now let's see if Raleigh Fingers can close this out. We're going to go right back to it. It's a perfect spot. Late again. Should be routine. We're out of it. We are now 4-0, moving on to our 5-0 game. Let's get it. Our last game wasn't the luckiest in terms of the lineouts and kind of late hits that we gave up, but we did win. We're 4-0, 5-0 game right here. We're playing on Froy. He's got Joe Morgan, Ted Williams, Michael Young, Springer, Grandal, Eddie Murray, Gallo hitting 7th. Highly advised against that. If you ever get Gallo, he's got to at least hit in the top 3. Probably even lead off to see if you can get the common or weak pitcher in front. 1-1 count to Joe Morgan. Doesn't have good stats. We're going to see if he can chase the fastball up. And guess who's not getting a fastball probably the rest of the game? Joe Morgan and him. 0-2 the count. We're going to see if we get him to chase the curveball out of the zone. Hung it and stayed in the zone, but thankfully he check swung, didn't swing. I don't know what he intended to do, but either way, it looks like we fooled him. Got the strikeout. 0-2 the count. We're going to go in and make sure. Oh, that's not what I wanted. All right, we got a screamer to our second baseman. We get out of the inning with only giving up 1 run to the solo shot to Joe Morgan. What are we doing? Then pause. This is like the 5th time we paused the game. Thank you. Matt Olson said, fuck your pauses. Yeah, lace a double into the gap. Kind of weak, but nonetheless, it's a double, 31 speed. So we're facing the pitcher that is glitched. Has a 89, 90 mile per hour fastball, but a 98 cutter. I don't know how that happens. As we get one to hit, squared up really well. Hopefully we at least get to move over our 31 speed. It looks like it was deep enough. We're good. He brings out Venters to face Duke. First pitch, I'm looking sinker inside, looking to drive it. Get the exact pitch I was looking for and absolutely missed it. We need to make sure we score here. Edwin gets absolutely into one. I don't think he's robbing that at all. That's absolutely gone. We get 2 runs on the board. We now take the lead up by 1. Absolutely just smoked a changeup looking sinker here. Get it. Thought I was at least a little bit underneath it, but I guess we might have been perfectly on it. Line drive to the left. Is it me or does anybody else not capable of check swinging in this game except my opponents? Because every time I try and check swing, it's always an absolute failure. Every time. 2-2 count to Eddie Murray. Feel like he might be looking for this pitch. Nope, strike 3. Somebody told me they changed Gallo's stance a little bit, and they're not wrong. He is a little bit more closed off. He's not so open. He looks, honestly, I feel like that might be better for his swing. As we get him to weakly pop out right behind shortstop position in the shift. All right, if we could shut him down in the rest of this inning, should be golden. Put up some more runs as we're going to come up to bat here. Edwin catches it. Bottom second. So at least get 1 to 2 more runs. Put ourselves in a comfortable position for Raleigh Fingers. So Nino gets into one. That's hit pretty weak. We might have been a little out in front on our front foot. Franmil Reyes is hitting 800 for us. He's an absolute stud. If you ever get him in a bronze round, highly recommend him. His power and his swing is a good combination for All-Star. As he gets a pitch to hit, unfortunately, it's hit hard right to the shortstop. We might have been a little on top of that. All right, we're bringing in one of the best and premier bench bats in this game, Ryan O'Hearn against a righty. Should be pretty glitchy. As we get another pitch to hit, we might have been a little late on that one. All right, so we brought in Raleigh Fingers. Unfortunately, we didn't warm him up. Absolutely forgot. And give up a weak, jammed hit up the middle. That's going to bite me in the ass. So unless some miracle happens, we are definitely going into the third as he's doing a suicide squeeze. That's strike 3. Maybe this miracle will happen so we don't even have to hit in the bottom of the third. And he goes right back to the squeeze. He fails. You love to see this. Get the double play. Get your stinking cheese out of my ballpark. Thank you. Currently, we are sitting at 5-0. It is taking a while to get a match, but I do want to say thank you very much for all the love and support, again, that I've received on YouTube with the subscribers and the views to my channel. Also, do want to shout out my Twitch channel, and thank you for the support on there. If you're somebody who usually watches me on Twitch and you came over to my YouTube, thank you very much. Appreciate all the love and support throughout. Game 6, if we go 6-0, we do get to see who our gold is going to be. And once you know your gold, you typically know who your diamond is going to be. There is a Google spreadsheet, if you are unaware of it, that tells you what a gold will mean in terms of a relationship to a diamond. So our opponent is rocking Diaz, Boggs, Altuve, Clark, Nelson Cruz. His lineup's also set different from how I would always recommend, where it's power at least towards the top because you want to see them as much as possible. Our opponent at least chose a pretty good ballpark. We're going to go and warm up Colomé and then Venters, but at league we're playing at a minor league stadium, not a major league stadium. I understand they fix the glitches on it, but it still leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I want to avoid them at all costs. 1-0 to Matt Olson. I think he might be trying to avoid this at bat, but we'll see. No, we get something to hit. It looks like that's going to be D flat. I don't think that's going to leave the ballpark. It actually does. Okay. I thought we might have missed that by a little bit, but we do get a home run. Good start on the board. Good squared up, 101. Let's see if we can get right into it. Back to back. 3-1 the count. He did give us a slider down the middle. I'm looking fastball. Get a changeup. All right, so just like everyone else today, Duke Snyder comes up. He brings out a lefty. We're all over that one. It does not get through the hole. We were a little on top of it. That's 2 down. So he's going to leave in the lefty to face Edwin. So far, that hasn't fared well for our opponents, but we're going to go ahead and see if we can take advantage of it again. As we might have missed that by a little bit. That one I'm pretty confident isn't leaving. Just shy of the wall, right on the warning track. Next pitch to our opponent after the bunt dance. See if we get him with the curveball. He sits back on it perfectly, drives it the other way. Not a good start. You always want to try and get that first batter out in the inning. So we leave a changeup down the middle. I don't know if we're going to turn 2 on this. That was a really slow turn. So here's Altuve. Start him off with a slurve. This might be turned, though. Good. That's a good turn. That's a much better turn. Out of the inning, no damage. Crisis averted. 3-1 the count. I'm looking for the fastball. Nope. Ball 4. DeYoung's on base. He doesn't really have speed, but we're going to see if we can go station to station, get a single. Absolutely, we're all over it. 3-2 the count. We're going to go ahead and send the runner. Hit and run here. Nope, ball 4. It's another reason why I send the runner on 3-2 counts. I'm either probably going to put it in play or it's a ball 4. 2-2 the count. Our opponent really hasn't been hitting too many spots. He's still going to get us out at 1, but if we could get those 2 runs in, that air will be huge. So we're going to go ahead and bring in O'Haron again. As he's going to be able to hit one. He's going to hit the gap. So that air that should have been a double play out of the inning comes back to bite him. It is now 3-0. Olsen, right after that double, gets into one, 5-0. That one air has cost our opponent 4 runs in 1 inning. The funny thing is, on that scoreboard, it's not showing that bobbled ball by Altuve as an error, although probably because he did get the out at first, so it is not technically an error, but it is something that should have got him out of the inning and did cost his team 4 runs. That error last inning is what people were complaining about. What they did say that they fixed was that the diamond fielders wouldn't be making that error, although clearly it didn't translate to any other fielder, whether bronze, silver, gold. They're gonna make that error. All right, he was late on the cutter. We're gonna go ahead and throw the 4-seam. He is absolutely all over it. I'm surprised by that. If he was late on the cutter, I'm surprised he was early on the fastball, but nonetheless, home run. 1-2 the count. We're gonna go ahead and throw this changeup, see if we can get our opponent to chase something. End up staying in the zone, but he wasn't. I'm assuming he wasn't looking for it. It was fooled enough to hit it to left field. Was a little late. Got the out. Here is Jason Kendall. Get him to weakly ground out with the cutter. If you use the cutters effectively, those are usually the at-bats you're going to see. People are looking for the 4-seam. They're going to be out in front a little bit. They're just going to roll it over to your shortstop, maybe even third baseman if they're really out front. 2-0 the count. Our opponent brought out Nishek. Our PCI size is still pretty big. We're going to go ahead and power swing. Throw it down the middle. Edwin's not going to miss it, especially with a power swing. We now get another run. If I'm not mistaken, 6-1 is the score. We're blowing it out. 0-2 the count. We're up by 5. Paul DeYoung, big PCI. We're still power swinging. Got a good pitch to hit. Looks like we might have capped that off the end of the bat a little bit. However, only a single, but I'm not gonna complain. Probably not the best of pitches to swing at, but we avoid the double play. 58 speed is good enough. All right, Zanino's PCI is a little bit smaller. I'm still power swinging. Ooh. We just missed that, and I bet you when we take a look, power swinging might have just cost us a home run because I think we barely missed it. With 5 runs to spare, this should be plenty to hold the lead with Raleigh Fingers on the mound. Out in front of the sinker away. Routine, that's 1 down. Raleigh Fingers is one of those cards I really want from the Team Affinity collection, but I haven't really put up any grind. I know some people say you could pretty much buy the card for like 10, 15K stubs from the market if you just exchange the golds correctly, but I don't. It's something I should look into doing. Our opponent's been out in front of 2 pitches. I'm going to give him the sinker upstairs. He just watches that one go by. That was even that great of a spot, but I'll take it. Wade Boggs is an absolute goon, and he lines out to center. That's 3 down. Game over. We are now 6-0. We'll take a look at who our gold is. For tomorrow's video, if you want me to continue this BR run and see if we get to 9-0 and then maybe the next day 12-0, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys very much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what content you want to see for tomorrow's video. I will be paying attention tonight and in the morning when I wake up to see what the overall consensus is as to what video we're going to release for the next day. Thank you very much. You guys have a good day.